Most people over 50 have never been told this. Losing strength is not what takes away your independence. Losing balance does. Every year, millions of adults over 60 begin to lose trust in their own bodies. Not because of heart disease, not because of aging alone, but because their legs no longer feel reliable. Standing up from a chair feels harder. Walking on uneven ground feels risky. Stairs suddenly demand attention. And once the body feels uncertain, the mind follows. For decades, doctors believed the answer was more exercise, more repetitions, more intensity, more pushing through discomfort. But something unexpected showed up when researchers looked at how older adults move in Japan and other parts of Asia. They don't train harder as they age, they train quieter. There is one simple position, held for just 1 or 2 minutes a day, that quietly rebuilds leg strength, joint stability, balance, and mental focus at the same time. No gym, no equipment, no sweating on the floor. It's called the horse stance. At first glance, it looks almost too simple to matter. You stand still. Your feet are grounded. Your knees bend slightly. Your spine stays tall. Your breathing slows. But inside the body, something important happens. The legs wake up. The hips stabilize. The core activates naturally. And the nervous system begins to feel safe again. After 50, this kind of strength matters more than speed or power. Because static strength, the ability to hold your body steady, is what keeps you independent. This is where most Western fitness advice gets it wrong. Your body does not need more stress. It needs clearer signals. Signals that say, I am stable, I am balanced, I can move with control. One quiet daily habit like this has helped many older adults walk more confidently, stand longer without fatigue, and feel grounded in their bodies again. And the most surprising part? You don't feel exhausted afterward. You feel steady. In the next part, I'll explain exactly why this stance works after 50 and how to do it safely, even if you haven't exercised in years. After the age of 50, most people don't age faster because their bodies are failing. They age faster because they are following the wrong instructions. Western fitness culture has repeated the same message for decades. If you want to stay young, you must push harder, lift heavier, move faster, sweat more. But this advice was never designed for a nervous system that has already carried you through 5 or 6 decades of life. After 50, the body does not respond well to force. It responds to signals sent through the joints, through balance, through controlled, steady movement. When those signals weaken, the brain becomes cautious, muscles tighten, steps shorten, posture begins to collapse. This is not weakness, this is protection. And this is where Japanese elders move differently. They are not trying to look younger, they are trying to remain capable. They move in ways that tell the body it is safe to carry weight, safe to bend, safe to stand still without fear. That is why you often see older adults in Japan holding positions instead of chasing repetitions. Stillness with purpose. Modern research now confirms what tradition already knew. Studies from institutions like Harvard and the Mayo Clinic show that balance, joint stability, and neuromuscular control decline faster than muscle size after the age of 50. And when balance declines, everything changes. People move less, they avoid stairs, they sit more, and the body adapts to that smaller life. Not because aging demands it, but because movement stops sending the right signals. This is why movements like the horse stance matter. They rebuild trust between the brain and the body. They tell the nervous system, you are supported. They tell the joints, you are stable. They tell the muscles, you still belong here. This is not exercise. This is communication. And when the body begins to receive the right signals again, aging slows, not because you fought it, but because you guided it. The first reason the horse stance works so well after 50 is very simple. It rebuilds leg strength and core stability at the same time. As we get older, the muscles that help us stand up, walk, and stay upright often become weaker without us noticing. The thighs, the hips, the deep muscles around the abdomen and spine, not because they are damaged, but because they are no longer being asked to work together. The horse stance gently invites them to reconnect. When you lower into this position, your thighs begin to support your body weight. Your hips stabilize to keep you centered. And your core activates naturally to keep your spine tall and relaxed. There is no rushing here, no sudden movements, no strain. This slow, steady engagement is exactly what older muscles respond to best. Research in rehabilitation and senior movement science shows that isometric strength, the ability to hold a position, improves joint stability and everyday strength more safely than fast or explosive movements later in life. In simple terms, your body relearns how to support itself. And that is what truly matters in daily life. Standing up from a chair, waiting in line, carrying groceries, brushing your teeth without leaning forward. In Japan, many older adults practice movements like this during quiet moments at home, often in the morning, sometimes while the kettle is boiling, not as exercise, but as a way of checking in with the body. They hold the position gently. They breathe calmly. They notice how the body feels. You do not need to go low. You do not need perfect form. Even a small bend in the knees sends a strong signal to the legs and core. If you are just starting, try holding the position for 20 or 30 seconds, using a chair or wall for support. Over time, that short hold becomes 1 minute, then 2. This is how strength returns after 50. Quietly, safely, without pain. You are not training to impress anyone. You are training so your body feels dependable again. If this feels new, that is a good sign. It means your body is listening. And if this resonates with you, comment the number 1 below, and let that be your reminder that today, you chose steadiness over force. The second quiet benefit of the horse stance is something many people overlook. It retrains balance. Not balance as a trick you practice on one leg, but balance as a conversation between your feet, your joints, and your brain. After the age of 50, this conversation often becomes weaker. The feet send fewer clear messages, the knees hesitate, the hips grow stiff, and the brain begins to move with caution instead of confidence. This is one of the main reasons falls become more common later in life. Not because the body is fragile, but because it no longer feels certain. The horse stance helps restore that sense of certainty. When you hold this position, your feet remain firmly planted on the ground. Your weight is evenly distributed, and your body makes tiny, constant adjustments to stay upright. These small adjustments awaken what scientists call proprioception. You can think of it as your body's internal GPS. It tells you where your body is in space without you needing to look. Research on balance and aging shows that improving proprioception can reduce fall risk and increase confidence while walking. And the safest way to train it is not by moving faster. It is by standing still with awareness. This is why the horse stance works so well. There is no fear of losing balance. No sudden shifts. No pressure to perform. You are teaching your nervous system that stillness can be stable. In Japan, many older adults hold grounded positions like this while waiting, resting, or preparing for the day. They are not thinking about balance. They are simply allowing the body to remember it. If you feel slightly unsteady at first, that is completely normal. Use a chair, a wall, or the kitchen counter for support. Even holding the stance for 15 or 20 seconds is enough to begin sending new signals to the brain. Over time, those signals become clearer, and one day, you notice something small but meaningful. You walk with less hesitation. You turn with more ease. You trust your body again. If balance has been a concern for you, let this be your gentle starting point. And when you are ready, comment the number 2 below as a quiet promise to yourself that steadiness matters. Beyond strength and balance, the horse stance offers another benefit that is rarely talked about, yet very important after the age of 50. It supports healthy circulation through the hips and pelvic area. As we get older, long hours of sitting can reduce blood flow in this region. The hips feel tight, the lower back becomes stiff, and the body starts to move as one solid piece instead of a connected whole. The horse stance gently begins to change that. When you hold this position, the muscles around the hips and pelvis engage slowly and steadily. This creates a natural pumping effect that encourages circulation without strain. Better circulation here supports more than comfort. It helps the joints feel warmer and more flexible. It supports pelvic stability, and it contributes to a sense of steady energy throughout the day. Just as important, this stance has a calming effect on the nervous system, the slow hold, the steady breathing, the feeling of being grounded. Together, they help quiet the mind. In traditional movement practices in Japan and other parts of Asia, this is often seen as a form of moving meditation. The body becomes still, and the mind follows. Modern research supports this idea. Slow, controlled positions combined with calm breathing have been shown to reduce stress and improve focus in older adults. This matters more than many people realize. When the mind feels calm, the body moves more easily. When the body feels steady, confidence returns. In daily life, many Japanese elders hold gentle positions like this while preparing meals, waiting for water to boil, or taking a quiet moment in the morning. It is not exercise, it is presence. If you are just beginning, keep the hold short. Focus on slow breathing through the nose. Use a chair, wall, or counter for support. There is no benefit in forcing the position. Comfort always comes first. Over time, you may notice small but meaningful changes. You feel more centered, your movements feel smoother, your body feels connected again. If this sense of calm and connection resonates with you, comment the number 3 below as a reminder that stillness can be powerful. Another important benefit of the horse stance, especially after the age of 50, is how it supports the joints and restores natural hip movement. Many people believe joint discomfort is simply a part of aging, but often it comes from joints that no longer feel supported. When the muscles around the knees, hips, and ankles stop working together, the joints begin to carry more stress than they should. This is when stiffness shows up. This is when movement starts to feel limited. The horse stance gently begins to rebuild that support. As you hold the position, the muscles around the knees and hips engage evenly. Your body weight is shared instead of being forced into one place, and the hips begin to open in a slow, controlled way. This kind of steady loading is exactly what joints need later in life. Research in rehabilitation and orthopedic care shows that controlled isometric holds can improve joint stability and reduce discomfort by strengthening the muscles that protect the joint. In simple terms, the joint feels safer. And when a joint feels safe, it moves more freely. This is especially true for the hips. The hips are at the center of walking, turning, and balance. When they become stiff, the rest of the body compensates. The horse stance encourages the hips to settle into a more natural position. There is no forcing here, no pushing past limits, just steady engagement and calm breathing. In Japan, many older adults hold grounded positions like this to keep their hips comfortable and mobile, even if they never think of it as exercise. They do it while resting, while waiting, as part of daily life. If you notice tension in your knees or hips, make small adjustments. Widen your stance slightly. Do not sink too low. Keep your knees gently aligned with your toes. Use a chair or wall for support if needed. Comfort always comes first. Over time, many people notice small but meaningful changes. Walking feels smoother, turning feels easier. Getting in and out of a car feels less demanding. If joint stiffness has been limiting you, let this be a gentle way forward. And when you are ready, comment the number 4 below as a reminder that your joints deserve support, not force. One of the most surprising effects of the horse stance is how it supports your overall energy. Many people believe energy comes from moving more or pushing harder. But after the age of 50, energy is closely connected to how calm and coordinated the nervous system feels. When movement feels unsafe, the body stays tense. Breathing becomes shallow, and energy drains quietly throughout the day. The horse stance helps shift this pattern. Because the position is slow and controlled, it sends a different message to the body. It tells the nervous system, you are supported. You can relax without collapsing. You can hold strength without tension. This kind of gentle, controlled stress is actually beneficial. Research in movement and aging science shows that isometric holds can help reduce excess stress signals in the body, supporting healthier hormone balance over time. In simple terms, the body stops wasting energy on constant protection. Instead, it becomes more efficient. Another reason energy improves is full body integration. The horse stance is not just a leg movement. The feet ground, the legs support, the hips stabilize, the core lifts, the spine lengthens, and the breath flows more freely. Everything works together. This is very different from exercises that tire one area and leave the rest disconnected. In Japan, many older adults use grounded positions like this as a daily reset. They practice it in the morning to wake the body gently, or in the evening to release the day, not to burn calories, but to feel whole again. If you are new to this, keep the hold short and comfortable. Focus on slow, relaxed breathing. Allow the body to settle into the position instead of forcing it. Over time, many people notice quiet but meaningful changes. They feel more awake during the day, less tension in the shoulders, more ease in their movements. Energy returns not because you tried harder, but because your body feels organized again. If you have been feeling low on energy or easily fatigued, let this be a gentle place to begin. And when you are ready, comment the number 5 below as a reminder that calm strength creates lasting energy. Before you begin, there is one important thing to remember. This is not a workout you push through. This is a way of moving that listens. Always start where you are. If your knees feel sensitive, do not bend deeply. If your balance feels uncertain, use a chair, wall, or counter for support. If you feel sharp or sudden pain, stop. Pain is not progress. Comfort and control always come first. Holding the horse stance for just 20 or 30 seconds is enough in the beginning. With time, that naturally becomes 1 minute, then 2. There is no rush. And if you have a medical condition, a joint replacement, or concerns about balance, speak with your doctor before starting. This is not about proving strength. It is about preserving independence. In Japan, older adults do not train to look younger. They move so they can live well, so they can walk to the store, prepare their own meals, stand confidently, live without constant fear of falling. They understand something many cultures forget. Aging is not something to fight. It is something to guide. Small, consistent movements done with awareness create far greater results than intense effort done occasionally. The horse stance is not powerful because it is difficult. It is powerful because it is simple enough to practice every day. And that is where real change happens, not in the gym, not in exhaustion, but in quiet moments where the body remembers how to support itself. If you choose to try this, let it become part of your daily rhythm. In the morning, while waiting, while breathing. This is not about living forever. It is about living steadily, living clearly, living independently. If this way of moving speaks to you, comment the number 6 below to let yourself know you are ready to move differently. And if you know someone over 50 who would benefit from this calm, grounded approach, share this with them. Because at this stage of life, strength should feel steady, not forced.